Good morning, IHSA Football family. It's a wonderful Wednesday morning. How you guys doing? This is Games of the Week, one of the more popular articles. And like I've said numerous times, I do not know why this is a popular article, but okay. Again, make sure you look at this article on the website, deepdishfootball.com. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete, Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. And again, if you, just a quick reminder, Wednesday night, tonight, 7 p.m., Deep Dish Football Live, back to its regular schedule time. I do apologize for last week. It was just a weird schedule. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, will be DuPage Run Shoot show with my co-host Patrick Codo. Make sure you're following DuPage Run Shoot show. We talk DuPage County football. We also talk Illinois football as well, because there's some games in DuPage where there's nothing really to talk about. It's going to be a blowout. But be sure you check that out. And again, my email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. If you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal link or VENMO link below. I'll have the links wherever. Make sure you check them out on YouTube. And just again, quick announcements. Deep Dish Football Recruiting Questionnaire is out. I am taking the class of 2026 info, so please make sure I have your info filled out on deepdishfootball.com. It should be on top of the little black bar that says fill out recruiting questionnaire or please fill out recruiting questionnaire. Make sure I have your information. It goes to college coaches. I don't charge college coaches, and I don't charge you, so please check it out. And again, Breakfast with Coach Big Pete, 9 a.m. every Saturday on the Coach Big Pete Facebook page. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram. Please follow. All right. And again, I keep forgetting this. Every Friday night, at the end of the game, if you have a kid that has a big game stats, if you have a friend that had a big game stats, teammate, parent, coach, please let me know by midnight so you can nominate your player for a Deep Dish Football Player tonight in the state of Illinois. Send me those stats. I need them by midnight. And it doesn't need to be exact. I just touchdowns numbers would work, and a couple yard numbers would work as well. Passing attempts or rushing attempts, that would help out as well, but doesn't need to be fully. Also, looking for the Hogs of the Night award for best offensive lineman for the night award. So please let me know. I need those nominations by midnight of Saturday. After the game, you can just send me a quick DM, tweet at me, email me, coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. It helps out a lot because I'm looking everywhere. And I do 1A to 8A, Northern Illinois, Southern Illinois, the whole state of Illinois. In fact, I awarded last week's Pumpkin Spice Donut Award winner coach of the night to Coach Beal from Carterville. So please, send your nominations, but I need them by midnight. And we'll talk about them on Breakfast with Coach Big Pete every morning at 9 a.m. on Saturday. And again, just a quick reminder, we're approaching that time. We are 6 weeks into the season, 3 more weeks left. I will release my playoff schedule, broadcast schedule. I'm going to be doing another pairing show, going to have some special guests. Hopefully everything works well. It's been, the past playoff pairing shows have been cursed. They have been cursed. Just weird things have happened. I threw out my back one broadcast. My desk completely destroyed, dismantled by fucking termites. Sorry for the language. So please, hopefully this is a good broadcast for the playoff pairing show, which is usually it's going to be Saturday, the last Saturday of the season, Saturday night. So I'll release that schedule probably next week, Friday or Saturday. Just let you guys know that. And no Deep Dish Football Game of the Week. It's a bye week. Next week I will be at Glenbard East, taking on Glenbard South. Deep Dish Football Game of the Week, Week 8, and that'll be the last game of the week for the regular season. All right, so we get into Week 7. Week 7. Let's get started, shall we? Lincoln won last week. Lincoln plays a tough team in Effingham. We'll see what they can do. That'll be a very interesting game. Dixon at Genoa Kingston, huge in that Big Northern Conference. This is a must-win for Dixon against a tough Genoa Kingston team. Winnebago at Stillman Valley. That's another interesting game there. Stillman Valley is undefeated, people. Pay attention to this Stillman Valley team. Nope. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of these games. Not looking so well. Johnston City at Cesar Valley is going to be a huge game, no doubt about it. Johnston City's undefeated, people. They're undefeated. I think a lot of people thought because with Austin Brown gone, Johnston City was probably going to make the playoffs, but like a 5-win team. Nope, 6 wins. Unbelievable. Congratulations and a big shout to Johnston City. Roxana at Breeze Central could be an interesting game in that Mississippi division. Wood River at Freeburg, another interesting game. Salem at Columbia. Freeburg they need a big win, and Wood River is looking really good this year, so definitely a game to look out for. Tuscola versus St. Teresa, big division rivals. Tuscola, I believe they only have 1 or 2 losses. St. Teresa is looking unbelievable. Shelbyville is undefeated. Those Rams, very impressive. Of course, the big game being Glenwood versus Sacred Heart Griffin. I totally, I knew it was this week or next week, but it's this week. I apologize. I think I'll have to retype something. But yeah, Glenwood at Sacred Heart Griffin. That's a big dog game right there. Can Glenwood get that win after it was 2 weeks ago, a tough loss to Rochester? And if Glenwood gets that win, that's a loss for Sacred Heart Griffin. They got to win out to win conference because they have the advantage over Rochester. But that would be very interesting if that were happen. But I don't think it's going to happen. Sacred Heart Griffin is just too much. But Glenwood, Jack Knutson's having a hell of a season. That kid is unbelievable. So definitely a game to look out for in the Central State, Illinois. Yeah. All right. Go up. Yeah, not that much. Glenbrook South versus New Trier, but I think Glenbrook South's going to win that one. Maine West at Deerfield is always an interesting game. Has a potential of being a good game to check out for in the state of Illinois. I think Maine West, they've shown flashes, but again, their own enemies themselves. And we'll see what happens. It'll be an interesting game. And same with New Trier. They got a nice young quarterback in Hannigan. He'll be good next year. And also, Creamsicle is going to be back as a wide receiver, tight end. So that New Trier squad, they're going to be a team to watch for next year. But we'll see what happens this week. So it'll be interesting. Definitely be interesting. No doubt about that. Phillips versus Lane. Lane Tech is undefeated, everyone. Lane Tech High School is undefeated. Much respect to Lane Tech. Honestly, much respect. This is a big game for them as they take on the Phillips, and they're just a great group of kids. Congratulations to Lane Tech on being undefeated. Well deserved. Noble Spirit, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that's undefeated too in the Chicago Public Red Central Division. I didn't notice that they changed the division names. Wow, I honestly, I'm looking at this. They changed the division names. I'm a little bit shocked by that. Hyde Park is undefeated. Big shout to Chicago Hyde Park. Where are you? Trying to find Chicago Simeon versus Kenwood is the big dog game this Saturday. Simeon football undefeated. Kenwood has 2 losses. Big dog game right there Saturday at Lane Stadium. Kenwood needs this win. They need this win, so definitely be very interesting. Geneva, Batavia, the big rivalry game, 104th meeting between both rivals. Geneva, they suffered that first loss against St. Charles North. They got the other big win. They're at Batavia. It's going to be a big game. Definitely a game you got to keep an eye out for. St. Charles East, St. Charles North. St. Charles North, I think, is going to win that game. Wheaton North versus Wheaton Warrenville South, the big crosstown rivals of Wheaton South taking on Wheaton North. I think Wheaton North is going to get that win as well. DuPage Valley Conference, Naperville Central at DeKalb is an interesting game just because of DeKalb. The Barbs football team has been slept on. It has been overlooked, and they're doing a great job this season. Do not sleep on this Barbs team. They mean business, no doubt about that. Cary Grove at Jacobs. Big dog game right there at Jacobs. That's going to be a huge game. Cary Grove needs this win bad. Yeah. Not much going on there. And that game got canceled. We still got some games that are getting canceled, people. Yep. And I completely understand because of roster shortages and everything else. Coal City at Piatone, that could be a very interesting game right there. Coal City's on fire right now. Piatone's looking great as well. Battle of two teams, Coach Talley, Coach Laughlin, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely an interesting game. Streeter at Reed Custer. Is Reed Custer going to have that big excitement letdown against Streeter? Hopefully they don't. And Wilmington versus Lyle at Benedictine University. Wow. I would not want to play Wilmington pissed off. They had a bad loss to Reed Custer, and they want to get out their anger. That's going to be a scary game right there. No doubt about that. Abingdon Avon versus Princeville. Abingdon Avon's a little bit disappointed me a little bit. Stark County versus Annan Weathersfield. That could be an interesting game right there. Richland County versus Robinson. Robinson's looking interesting this season. I've saw a few of their scores. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that much from Robinson, but not bad. I do believe they're 500 if I'm not mistaken, but they had some good big time wins. Pekin, if I'm not mistaken, is still undefeated if I'm not mistaken. Pekin's looking good. They take on the Canton Little Giants if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Don't let Bell Washington, always a big rivalry game right there. Hersey at Wheeling, I think Hersey's going to win that one. Elk Grove Village against a tough Rolling Meadows team. They need a win. They had their first loss, but this is a big-time win. This would be a much-needed win for Miles Ossie and his team. No doubt about that one. Prospect at Buffalo Grove, I think Prospect's going to win that one. I don't think that's any big of a surprise there. You got teams that want to play football, and you got teams that don't want to play football. There's kids that want to finish this football season and don't want anything else to do with football. And there's kids that wanted to challenge for an IHSA state title. So that's the whole thing. Belvedere North is undefeated. They take on Hanahu. That's going to be a big-time game right there. Gullyford is looking great this year. Keep an eye out for Gullyford. Harlem at Boylan Catholic. Whoa. The Nick 10 has got some big-time games right there. I think Warren Township's going to win that one. Conant at Frim. Frim's on a little bit of the downside right there. No question about that. Merrill Forsyth at Williamsville. That's always a big game right there. And Williamsville's looking hot. They got the hot hand. So is Merrill Forsyth. Merrill Forsyth is back to their old tricks, and I think, honestly, he can challenge for a state title this year. So definitely, that's another big-time game that Central and Rich you got to keep an eye out for. Let's see. I'm trying to see. Nope. Macomb is undefeated, by the way. Big shout to Macomb, Prairie Land, and the Prairie Land Conference. Big shout. They deserve a lot of respect, Macomb. There was talk about them early. People didn't think that much of it, and they've proven it. They've definitely proven it. North Mac is undefeated as well. Cuyahoga at Mount Vernon. I'm going to hear from the Cuyahoga fans, but it should be a good game. I think Mount Vernon's going to get that win. Marion Centralia, the big-time game right there. Centralia, the Orphans are leading in that conference, by the way, in their respected conference. There's a big-time game in the Southern Burbs I'm trying to find. Where are you? Trying to find it. Bremen is looking good this year. Bremen is very impressive. Benton, Harrisburg, another two big teams in the Southern Illinois River Ohio division. Plainfield South and Plainfield Central. Plainfield South needs a win bad. Plainfield North at Manuka. That's a big boy game right there. Yorkville at Oswego East. That's another big time game right there. I think Oswego. Yeah. I'm trying to see if. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Plainfield North and Manuka, that's a big time game. Manuka's on fire. Manuka is warming up big time. So, and Dooley, their quarterback, is doing an unbelievable job. So, don't sleep on that Manuka team. That's definite. All right. Okay. And Lincoln Way East, the Homer Flossmoor. I think Lincoln Way East is going to win that game. But again, Homer Flossmoor, this is a positive story. This is a great story. This team is looking good, and for the coming years, they're going to absolutely kick ass. Bolingbrook at Lockport, another big time game in the Southwest Suburban Blue. I'm still waiting for that Edwardsville versus O'Fallon game. I'm sorry, Edwardsville versus East St. Louis game. That doesn't happen until I think it's the last week of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Glenbard South, they take on West Chicago. That's going to be one right there. Fenton, Glenbard East. Glenbard East is going to win that one. No doubt about that one. Moments takes on Seneca. Moments had the big upset last week against Iroquois West. This would be a very interesting game in Vermilion Valley North. Definitely keep an eye out for that one. Farm Ridge takes on Bismarck Henning. I'm trying to find anything else. Nope. Got some weird games. Some games that you think that already got played that didn't get played. Quincy at Geneseo is a huge game right there in the Western Big Six. Can Geneseo get that win, big time win over Quincy? And they need these wins to get into those playoffs, and this would be a big time upset against the tough Quincy team. York Hinsdale Central could be an interesting game. DGN at Glenbard West, that's a big game right there. That's a big one right there. In the West Suburban Silver, no doubt about that one. Addison, Downers Grove South is warming up, and they can beat Addison Trail, and they'll have 4 wins. And that DGS team just keeps coming back. They're never dead. Camp Point Central at Beardstown could be an interesting game. Brother Rice at Julia Catholic, that's a big game right there, no doubt about that one. I'm trying to see if anything else. There's some games that look good, and there's some games that don't. No doubt about that. Kalen at Marengo, Kalen needs a win bad. Normal West at Quincy Notre Dame, I think Normal West is going to win that one. Stifling defense. Ridgewood at Westmont, that's the homecoming game. Fenwick at St. Patrick. I don't want my kids going to win that one. No doubt about that. That's not a question. Wayne Academy at St. Edward. I think Wayne Academy is going to come back after a tough loss to IC and win that one. Marion Central Catholic at St. Maria. I think St. Maria is going to win that one. Loyola Academy at Providence Catholic could be a tough game, but I think Loyola is going to win that one. That's my personal feeling on that one, on that game. Marmion Academy at Carmel. That's another interesting game. Bennett Academy takes on a team from Indiana for some reason. IC Riverside Brookfield. Riverside Brookfield looks really good this year, but I think IC is going to get the best of them. No doubt about that. Where are they playing? They're playing at Riverside Brookfield. Okay. Richards at Lamont. That's the game that I was looking for. Richards at Lamont is going to be one of those big games that you got to keep an eye out for. I'm keeping a close eye on Lamont. I already have, but I'm also keeping an eye out for Richards. This Richards team is the real deal. Don't sleep on this Richards team. I'm telling you that right now. With Mayo at quarterback, they got a nice group of multiple athletic spots, skill players. They look good. This Richards team is the real deal, no doubt about that. I had no idea why Chicago DePaul is playing Niles Notre Dame. We need district football, everyone. I'm just going to say that. I know I piss off a lot of people, but we need that. Mercer County at Prairie Central could be a big-time game as well. Definitely a game to check out. All right, that is it for Week 7. Games of the Week. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and DuPage Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Again, if you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal link below. Again, I need those stats by Saturday midnight for nominations for Hogs of the Night and Deep Dish Football Player of the Night in the state of Illinois. I need those stats by midnight, please. Any big game stats, please let me know after the game. When you buy a phone, DM me, tweet at me, email me at coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. And again, my Sunday conclusion article comes out. I need everyone's big game stats by Sunday midnight, or going into midnight. So please let me know, I beg of you. And that is about it. Week 7, here we go. No Deep Dish Football game of the week. I'm actually going to be on a little bit of a scouting run. I'm going to be going to 3 football games Friday night. So it should be fun. But let's get ready. It's time Week 7. Here we go. Deep Dish Football live tonight at 7 p.m. Thank you guys so much, and have a lovely day. Oh, sorry. Poll rankings are right about now.